Podcast. Is it live on, let's see here. Is it live on Twitch? Is it live on, and all right, so we're live on Twitch. I can see it. Look at that. And it is, now let me check my Facebook to see if I'm live there. And I genuinely don't know what happens when you try to stream to a personal Facebook. Oh my goodness. I am right there. And I think it's working. And then we got the YouTube. I think we did it, guys. Podcast night is best night. We're live up on the YouTubes. We did it. I managed to make it work. Hello everyone for watching. And we got a couple of viewers over there on the old Twitch. This is a new era of the Engaged Family Gaming Podcast. I am here with 3 of my 4 very best friends in the whole wide world. We are testing out some new technology. Specifically, we're streaming on that old Riverside, which lets us stream on both Twitch and YouTube, and also on my personal Facebook page, which is a choice. So we're going to give that a try and see what happens. Thank you very much to Six Pack Nerds, otherwise known as John, for the Twitch sub. And yeah, we're trying something new. Basically, the rules let us stream everywhere, and so y'all know I'm a rule follower, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now that we've gotten some of that out of the way, let's do some technical tests. Jeff, can you talk?
Testing. Hey, everyone.
There we go. And John, how about you?
Hello, hello. And
Linda.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
We did it. Audio sounds good. I think it sounds like I'm doing okay. It's giving me happy noises with all of my various stuff. So let's go to it. And so recording the episode now. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Go figure. First time streaming everywhere, and I screw it up. Somebody keep a tally in the chat of how often I screw things up on this. It'll be interesting to see how big that number goes. So 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Engaged Family Gaming Podcast. My name is Steven Dutzman, and I am your host, as always. And this week, I am joined by 3 of my very best friends in the whole wide world. We're here to talk about all of the important family gaming news for video games and board games. First off, my friend Jeff Walker from the Frozen North. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I am glad to be back.
Yeah, I know. You've been gone for a couple of weeks. You had sick kids, then sick you.
No, it was sick me and sick me.
Oh, sick you and sick you? Oh, all right.
Yeah. And the last podcast I was on, Steven, was before Christmas. So.
Wow. Man, I don't like it. I don't like it. Well, welcome back. We are glad to have you here. We'll be sure to ask you some of your thoughts on the Switch 2 announcement because we missed your input. Next up, going around the horn, we have the man behind the curtain, John Tomlinson. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing well.
What are we building today?
Building a llama.
Oh, we're building the llama.
The Fortnite.
We got a llama. Nice. We love Fortnite llamas. There's a Fortnite news in this episode, so maybe we'll even get a chance to talk about it. Nice representation there. And last but not least, the Mistress of Magnificence, otherwise known as Mom. Linda, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So glad to be back.
Absolutely. We are. I'm super glad to be recording another episode. You and I just got done. We had EFG Con, and we got so much work done, but we also played a whole bunch of games, and we made a magazine, which will be coming out very, very soon. Whole cover story all about the Nintendo Switch 2. So that is very cool. We got a lot done. and we're hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be heading over to New York Toy Fair in a couple of weeks. So that will be fun
nice.
for the last New York Toy Fair for us, because it's moving to New Orleans next year, and we can't quite get on a train to New Orleans for a day trip for that.
No,
so
it's a little far.
Little far, but that's all right.
I know you guys look forward to that every year.
Yeah.
It's been really productive for us, but what are you going to do? We can't control the entire industry, and frankly, it's bigger than just board games, so can't really say much. So obviously, lots of stuff going on, lots of bad news, but we're gonna try and keep things positive here and keep going with what has become my favorite segment on the show, and that's where we all kind of go around and talk about good news. So let's start, Jeff. You haven't been on this show for a month or so, more than that, a month and a half. So you had to have had something good happen.
Yes. What I want to talk about is actually happened recently this week. Well, the last 2 weekends, because coming up next month is mine and my wife's 10th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Wow.
And so it just so happened that Broadway in Detroit is all the Broadway shows that come in. A show she really wants to see and a show I really wanted to see were 2 weeks from each other. So we made that our big 10-year anniversary. 2 weeks ago, we went and saw Hadestown. Not my favorite.
Okay.
She loved it. I did not care for it. I was also sick, so that could have been part of it too.
Okay.
But what I'm going to talk about is what we saw this Saturday. We went and saw the show Come From Away, which is probably right now my favorite musical of all time. If any of you have ever haven't heard of Come From Away, it takes place on the week of September 11th, 2001. And it is about this small town in Newfoundland where 38 planes had to land due to the terrorist attacks.
Wow. You know what? I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's
really
good.
It
will make you laugh. It will definitely make you laugh. It will definitely make you cry. If anyone has Apple TV, the original Broadway recording is on Apple TV. And I recommend anyone go watch it. The music's really good.
That's awesome.
If I told Jesse, if they ever come to Detroit again, I don't care. I'm buying tickets again.
I mean, for our local theater.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do in fact have Apple TV Plus, so I will be giving it a look. I pay for it primarily so that my mom can watch Apple shows because. Well, I mean, she's a huge Ted Lasso fan, but every time I see my mom, she tells me about a new show on Apple Plus. So anytime I'm maybe it's time to turn it off, so I can wait for the shows to build up a little bit and then subscribe again. She comes back and she tells me about a new show, and I'm like, all right, well, you know what? We're gonna keep on going strong.
Speaking of Apple TV shows and Broadway musicals combined, they just announced that they're making a Broadway musical of the Apple TV show Schmigadoon.
Well, I mean, but Schmigadoon was, of course, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a musical, so
it's also hilarious on Apple TV. But
sure. Well, the the EFG screencast will be we'll do that one later. Moving on, John, what do you got for us?
So I had my yearly review last week, and
we like it, and they did right by you.
I got a great review, which the year before was good because I was out for a month in the hospital after having my operation and stuff. When I got sick right after an EFG con and spent a week in the hospital. And also when I came onto my job, my boss was a senior member of the team. She became a manager of the team. They eliminated her position, but she's still the lead informant on the team, but it left her senior position open for 3 years now. And she recommended me for that position. So we're the two senior members of the team, but we're not the leaders of the team. So like she's a senior subject manager and I'll be a senior member of the team. So
that's awesome, man. Congratulations. We love to see that. And how about you, Linda? Go ahead, John.
I talked to the realtors the other day, so got that ball rolling for the move to Boston area.
Wow.
Okay.
Big news. That's the big one. But yeah.
Love that. We love that. And we have we got a comment from the audience from someone very special to John. That's I'm guessing. Anxiety by Amelia, I'm guessing, is your wife.
Yep.
Okay, good. Because if somebody else was claiming you as their man, I was going to be scandalous and share it on the screen. So yeah, we are all proud. That's our boy. Well done, sir. And exciting news about the move to Boston too. I'll admit I'm excited you're moving to Boston because it means you're not moving to North Carolina right now. So I'm going to take it. Linda,
it's going to be Virginia, but.
Virginia, North Carolina, same difference to me.
Still a long drive.
Still warm.
It's still far, is what it means to me. So, next, Linda, what do you got?
Oh, we got excitement over here. My oldest just officially started driver's ed on Wednesday. So he has had 2 classes. We have to get him scheduled for road practice. It's good stuff. It's kind of scary, but it's good stuff.
I don't like this. I don't like it at all.
We're so
I'm not going to like the insurance bump when he gets his license, but that's okay.
Yeah, we're not looking forward to that coming up either. But you know what? Very cool. Well done, buddy. Keep it up. We will. Can't wait to hear how more of that goes. You know what? For me, man, it's been it's been an interesting couple of weeks, but I'm actually really excited. I still haven't signed the contract for my book yet, but we're really close. I'll have something like really definitive to announce probably within on the next episode, and we'll probably be recruiting the EFG Army to help this one get this one across the finish line. But the real good news is I actually started another podcast, and it's for my other business, and it is going to be highlighting creatives and other small business owners. And I have recorded 5 episodes so far, and they're all going to go live next week. I finished editing them all today, and so I have video, I have audio, I have it's pretty exciting. So I'm actually really excited to share that. It's going to be a really cool time. I'm doing this whole podcast thing like crazy, guys. Is really what's happening.
Really
so all good news. Amanda sends her best. She is not here this week because she's helping her son study for a social studies test. And you know what? I think learning social studies is a very good idea right now. So if she needs to take time off for that, I support it 100%. So my wife is asking me for money.
Can I have money too?
Nope. You can't. You know what? You know what, John? You can have a 150% raise.
Oh, sweet. Finally.
So let's talk about what we've been playing, because you know what? It's been an interesting couple of weeks in games. We're not going to talk about Civilization 7 this week. We're going to save that conversation for when Amanda is here so that Amanda and I can kind of freak out about it together. However, Linda, we're going to start with you because you and I just got done with EFG Con, where many, many, many board games were played. And I want to hear your thoughts on Wormspan. But before we do that, I'll show Marie Kahi is in the chat saying she wants us to talk about the Hawaiians. Hawaii is one of the civilizations in Civ 7. So Marie is Native Hawaiian. She is clearly very excited, and I don't blame her. So we'll talk all about that. So, Linda, bring us the heat.
So I know when we first got this, you had purchased this when it first came out.
I did.
I've been holding on to it lovingly. And we finally got it to the table. And this was one that I knew was going to take some planning. It's not a beginner game by any means. It's more of a medium weight game, a lot of fiddly bits. So what we've started doing is monthly, we're getting together and doing a game night. We had our second month, and we dovetailed it into EFG Con. And so a group of us sat down and played this at a 4-player count, and we had an absolute blast playing it. I had not played Wingspan, which this is sort of a spin-off of. From what I understand, a lot of the mechanics are similar, but there's some unique parts to it as well. But in this, you're collecting dragons and trying to put them in their lair. You're trying to go travel deeper into the cavern. You're getting eggs. You're trying to, and they're using some of your resources to do other skills. There's a lot going on. And it was one of those, all of us are experienced gamers that were playing. The first round, we figured it out, and then it went really smoothly from there, actually. This was one, it took a bit to set up. It probably took about 2 hours to play. The estimated play time is 90 minutes. But for a first play, none of us had played it before. I think only one person at the table had played Wingspan previously. I think because Jenna played, and I think she played Wingspan, if I remember right. So that helped a little bit. She knew some of the flow of it. But what's really cool is every dragon card is unique. And there's also a little booklet, and we didn't go through it at game night because there wasn't time, but there's a little blurb for each dragon in the separate booklet in the game. So, but I mean, the components are just beautiful with this. We had so much fun, going through and just playing it. So
awesome. It is. And now there's Finspan. So it's like Wingspan with the birds, and then Wormspan with the dragons. And now we got Finspan with the fish. What's really interesting to me is I never. I wouldn't have guessed Wormspan either. Never. What's really funny about it is every time they announce a new game, everyone thinks it's a joke. Mm-hmm. So the first thing we have to do is figure out if it's a joke or not. And it's kind of my favorite part of the whole thing is they announce it and we get to decide, is it real?
No, but here's the thing. Have they ever done a joke announcement? Because people have thought twice now that it was a joke, but they've never pranked anybody. They haven't done an April Fool's and so it's I don't know why there's such distrust.
You know what? I wish the general population was as distrusting of things they saw on the internet as people are of blank span announcements. Because, man, I think the whole world would be better for it if people were a little bit more critical of the things they see online. But so listen, Wormspan looks great. The whole genre of engine, I love engine building games. They're all engine building games. And Finspan looks fun. You're making fish and doing fish stuff. I don't know. It's out, but
little row. It's so cute.
Yeah. There are a handful of people that have their copies now. So we'll probably have one by the end of the year because why the heck not? I want to play it with your husband, John, Linda, because he's fish guy. So, but now I'm really.
I gave away a key to the digital version of Wingspan.
You did
in the Discord last week.
It is in the Discord, absolutely. So if it's not claimed yet, go grab it. And the digital version of Wingspan is actually really good. So if you don't, and it's deck verified, right, John?
I believe so.
I have to imagine it is. Maybe the only problem might be the small text, but it's certainly not going to have performance issues, maybe accessibility ones. So, Jeff, you told us that you've been playing a little bit on the PlayStation Portal. Tell me about how that's going on.
Before we go, I also realized I had a board game I wanted to talk about too, but I can talk about both of them.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, since I haven't been on since Christmas, what my Christmas gift to myself was, I decided to finally buy a PlayStation Portal, which I don't remember, but I might have been not... I think when the Portal came out, I was wondering who it was for, and I have found out it is for me. So what is great about the PlayStation Portal is that if you have a PlayStation 5, you can stream it to the system. So it must be connected to the internet. And, for anybody who has small kids, or people that are going to use the TV, it's great because I can just take out my Portal and play whatever big PlayStation 5 game I was playing. I've recently been playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. Another thing that's great is usually on the weekends, I am usually the first one up. And so, get up, make myself breakfast, play a video game. But I don't want my kids to come downstairs and then see, something horrible on the screen because the game I'm currently playing is Yakuza. But what I could do is I take out the PlayStation Portal and I'm playing it on. So when they come down, the TV's off and I'm just playing my PlayStation. I have not had a chance to test it outside of my home Wi-Fi. And the only reason being because the time I went to test it, the PlayStation Network was down.
That's right.
First time in like 10 years.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I had scheduled to get tires on my car. There's a coffee shop down the street. I told Jesse, I'm like, I am going to take the PlayStation Portal and I'm going to test it. And then the PlayStation Network was down. So it was useless because you must have a PlayStation Network ID. I don't think you need to subscribe to PS Plus, but it can stream all your games. At least on my home Wi-Fi, it'll sputter every now and then, but not enough to make a game unplayable. And so I am really enjoying it. It's like holding a PlayStation 5 controller in your hand with a giant screen in the middle of it. It's comfortable. It has nice weight to it. I'm really enjoying it.
Awesome. That's very cool. You had a board game you wanted to talk about too?
Yes, because I just saw this and remembered Jesse, Kyrie, and I played it. So this is a game I kickstarted, so I don't know if it's out.
I'll take a look. Party Panda Pirates. I will look. Tell us about it.
So when I got this kickstarted this game, they described it as Mario Party, the board game. And that is exactly what it is. It has different mini games you play. You try to earn treasure chests, which is like their version of stars. You can earn coins. There are 24 different mini games, and every mini game is different. So there was one mini game we played where we had to take our little panda meeples, put them on this cardboard piece of paper. We all held onto it, and we had to try to shake the other person's meeple off the board. And there was another one, so it has a giant plastic pirate ship. I think it's right on top. I'm trying to pull it out. So it has a giant plastic pirate ship that goes with it, that sits in the middle of the board. One of the games we played, we had to take our dice and we had to stack them one on top of each other, and whoever knocked it over was out. And they give you a little booklet that goes through and explains each of the games to you and gives you the rules for each of the game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So like this one is called All You Can Feast. And every game is different, and it's just a fun. My daughter really enjoyed it. Has really nice components. I mean, I did get the deluxe version because usually I don't want to kickstart a game, but there's so many components, and the deluxe version was really nice. But my daughter loved it. My wife liked it. I liked it. It was fun.
Awesome.
Speaking of Kickstarters, the Munchkin Big Box just asked for confirmation for your shipping because they're going to start shipping soon. And I ordered friend of the show, Steven Jackson's Munchkin Big Box, who has said my name on the podcast.
He did. Big nerd cred right there.
Yeah.
So that game, Party what is it?
Pirates.
Party Panda Pirates is coming out. It looks like it's coming out later on this month. Looks like you can pre-order it through Miniature Market and a few other digital retailers. Not on Amazon yet, but so we will see. Looks like it's retailing for about $40. But we don't know we don't know what the price, how the retail version will compare to your, deluxe version that you
think
bought.
the deluxe version was $60. So, and I know it has like metal coins and
so this will probably be a little bit less intense than that one, but still very cool.
I did not get the version. I kind of wish I did after we played it. There was a version in the Kickstarter that came with pirate hats and eye patches.
Oh,
but that would have been funny. That would have been.
I was already paying $60 for the game. I wasn't going to upgrade it any farther.
Yeah, I feel that. John, how have your voyages through space been?
So I got to see this great planet. I don't know if I told you about last time. It's very different. It's like a desert planet, and it's called Tatooine.
Tatooine. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. And then later on, I met this guy. He wore a cape. He had a slide.
Superman.
No. He was like a senator or a commissioner of a place called Cloud City. So I met Lando.
Okay.
God, they're just playing the hits. There was really I just did a really good mission that was, you found you're traveling with one of these big bulky droid like the droid general types, or the big bulky droids, and you come across a guy who was on a mission, another droid that was on a mission, and he had lost touch with his patrol, and you fulfill his mission by going and finding the remnants of the other members on the mission, and you fulfill the mission. And that, as much as I've watched a lot of war stuff, it was very touching, and to finish a mission for a soldier kind of thing. And it was done very well in the Star Wars universe. So yeah. And like I said, it's just GTA Star Wars without blood. So you're doing a lot of faction stuff. Right now the Pikes are hunting me down anytime they see me, but I'm pretty good with everybody else. So I'm really good with Crimson Dawn. If you know who Crimson Dawn is, they were led by Darth Maul at one point. So yeah, they're the faction that I've kind of gone with, and I'm good with the Hutts too.
Okay. So I mean, you want to be good with the Hutts. You want to be good with the Hutts because they're messy if you're not.
And you always let the Wookiee win. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course you're going to let the Wookiee win. So I am going to talk about an indie game that we just got the release date today, actually. Release date is going to be May 5th. And that is a game called Drop Duchy. It is PC only right now, but I suspect that this is going to find its way elsewhere. Guys, let me paint a picture. It's like a roguelite city building game. There's putting down tiles. Tiles give you resources that help you build an army to fight enemy soldiers on each map, etc. But all the tiles are polyominoes that fall down a la Tetris. And so what you're doing is you're trying to complete lines to get bonus materials, and you're trying to make sure that your farmland is next to your fort so that your fort gets extra troops because it's next to all the farmland, etc., and so on and so forth. It is so satisfying and so very cool. There has been a demo on Steam for a while. So I encourage anybody that this sounds interesting to give it a try. And so it is but they just extended the demo. I just found out about this while I was prepping for the show, and they have added some more scenarios, some more cards, because you're kind of deck building, and one of the playable factions that has different powers. So this is coming out in May. It is intended to be a deck verified game. That's what they're targeting. It hasn't been verified yet because it's not out yet. That's how that works. But it is very cool. I really love the colors, the gameplay, the music, everything. So this is one of those games that I think is going to sneak up on me in May when it comes out. Very excited to give it a try. And that is, like I said, Drop Duchy.
On the left-hand side.
So that is what we have been playing. Linda, you just recently got snowed in, so you've got a mom's playlist all about games for when you're snowed in?
I do. I have a whole pile. So you tell me how far you want me to go with it. We'll see how.
Well, I mean, how about you go, and then I'll tell you when it is enough.
Sounds good. All right. So we just came back from a little excursion up to Vermont to visit family, and we knew there was going to be about 20 inches of snow plus potential icing and whatnot, at least one of the days up there. So I packed games to occupy us while we knew we wouldn't be venturing out. And some are old favorites, and there's a couple new ones in here. So I'm going to start with one of the new ones that we played, and it is called Chicken. And this one is super cute. This little tube. It's a push your luck dice game. It's got a cloth play mat. And I'm going to take the longest with this one because this is a new one. And you've got dice that represent the chickens. And just like zombie dice, you're rolling the dice. And if you get too many foxes, you bust. And the neat thing with all the push your luck games I've ever played is usually you can just roll until you decide to stop. There's not a cap. This game caps you at 2 rolls. And then you have to stop and keep moving. But we played a whole bunch of rounds of this. We would play it. Somebody would win. We'd reset, play it again. I think we did that there were 2 different times we played this. And each time we played, we probably played 5 games in a row because it's just very quick moving. But that one is really fun. If you like push your luck dice games, that one was great. My darling husband insisted we had to bring this up to Vermont.
Danger!
We had to bring Danger Hugs. This we played at EFG. He refused to play, though, because he hurt his neck doing it. We played this with my sister-in-law and my nieces. This is so fun, so silly. I need more practice with the moves because I was making the animal gestures completely wrong, but this one is hilarious. So when you're
it's called Danger Hugs.
That's a really great one.
It's called Danger Hugs. I talked over her. It's called Danger Hugs. And you're supposed to start by saying danger, and then you play the card, and everybody says hugs, and then you have to decide, and then you have to. This game is really way better than it has any right to be. This is great for playing with little kids. Yeah, see, we got Kahi in the Twitch chat. She knows what's up. She knows what's up. Yeah, danger, hugs.
The hardest thing with this hugs. You have to identify whether it's a cute animal or a dangerous animal, and all the pictures are cutesy though. So it's a lot of visual discrimination.
It is tough. It's tough.
But it was so much fun. Yeah. But all right, another game we played, and we played a whole bunch of this weekend. Poop Attack. So this one,
Poop Attack is so good.
Media gave me a copy of when I was raving about talking about poop games earlier or last year rather. Can't believe I'm saying last year. We played this so many times. It's just so ridiculous. A copy might be getting sent to one of the cousins that's out west that works with animals that would get a kick out of the different feces of all these animals. And I think we're going to end up picking up Poop Attack too because we need more poop. But we play so much of that and just we're laughing hysterically.
Wait, there's a sequel?
And you've played it a lot. It's not really a sequel. It's just another one with different animal poop.
Yeah, it's not a sequel. It's number 2.
Oh, no.
Oh. It was right there. It was right there.
Well played. You couldn't.
Right there.
Oh, man. You know what? Hold on. I have sound effects. Do I have sound effects? I have sound effects.
No.
Do I have?
Yeah, you flushed that one down the toilet. Yeah.
So there we go. We have sound effects. Okay. So go ahead. I'm going to have to get a groan for that one. Anyway, go ahead. Well played. Well played.
A little different than what I normally play. This is one of those mass market games I don't usually talk about, but we played Uno Flip so much. Like this was the kind of go-to that we kept going back to and back to. So this version, the cards are double-sided with unique colors, and it just, somebody throws a flip card, you literally flip the entire deck over, flip your hand over. It just has a different feel in some ways, but it's still Uno. So it's one of those, it's a classic for a reason. And so we played a ton of that. The kids kept going back to that. The grown-ups kept going back to that. It was just, we had a blast. And then those are what we got to play. I have other things that I brought that we just didn't play everything. Like a typical thing, you bring your game bag. You don't play everything in the bag necessarily, but there was a lot more in my bag that I brought up just to see what people felt like playing. Everything was light stuff. One that I was looking at preparing to play and we didn't get to, Flip 7. This is one that I had gotten at PAX Unplugged. This is a push your luck card game. And this one you're laying out cards as you go and you are trying to get unique cards. And as soon as you have a duplicate, you bust. So you're trying to push your luck to see if you can get a unique card. What's neat is there's only one number 1, but there's 2 number 2s. There's 3 number 3s, up to 12. And so the higher card values have more of them in the corresponding number. So that was kind of neat.
And how about one more, Linda?
One that I had to bring
We played a game like that.
I'll end with the...
Oh, sorry. I was saying, I had a game night with some friends last year.
Okay.
We played a game night. It was called The Great Dalmoody.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is it? I have not heard of that. Is it?
I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar.
Where the goal was to play the lowest number card, and I don't know. Sorry, just ignore me.
I have not heard of that one. We'll have to take a look at it.
We'll have to research that for next time. Yeah. All right. And one other thing that we had played with this group before a bunch was Trio, which was my EFG game of the year for 2024. So this was in the bag, and I was actually surprised that one didn't get played. I think more because we were too busy laughing with Poop Attack and Danger Hugs. So, but
I mean, listen,
that was in the bag as well. Plus, there was more, but I could go on for hours.
Yeah, listen, and we can't do that because the show only can go so long. But maybe we'll save some of those for next time. Thank you very much, Linda, for sharing your the games that you want to get snowed in with. So that was a fun little trip. So
thank you.
So next we have some news. It was a relatively slow news week over the last couple of weeks. However, we did have a PlayStation State of Play, and believe it or not, there were actually a couple of things that were worth talking about for us. Most notably, obviously PlayStation is really big on third-person action shooters. And so if you're a big fan of third-person action shooters or action combat games, man, did you eat good coming out of that presentation, especially if you like Souls-likes. But we ate pretty well too. We got some more information about the new Sonic Racing game. And normally Sonic Racing is something where I think that it's not as good as Mario Kart. And generally speaking, I don't feel like I am too far out of left field with general opinion, but there's something about this new one that actually makes me feel like the gimmick is going to make a difference. It is called Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and the big difference for this one is that at the end of each lap, whoever is in first place gets to choose a portal to jump through, and you go to a different racetrack. And that will include different environments and maybe even different vehicles, whether you're going to be flying in planes, going underwater in submarines, etc. And I think that is very, very cool. If nothing else, very cool visually. This is kind of using some of that same technology that they used in the most recent Ratchet and Clank game, where you really just kind of completely switch into a different environment. And I think that is very cool. There's trailers all over the place now. It is not out yet. It's not out yet. We're going to have a release date. It's coming out later on this year. But the previews have been out, and lots of the things that I'm hearing from folks who have played it are generally positive. And the only thing that kind of stinks is that, man, they made a Sonic racing game that has an interesting gimmick, and it's going to come out. And in the same year, it's going to come out against a new Mario Kart, because we're going to have a new Mario Kart coming out along with the Switch 2. So that's kind of a bummer for Sonic racing fans. Jeff and John, are either of you guys Sonic racing fans or what?
So I tried to play whatever the most recent one was. I think it was a PS Plus free game of the month one time. And I did one. I don't think I even finished a full race. I'm like, nope, this isn't Mario Kart. I'm out. But I have been listening to all the previews of this game, and this is the most interested I've ever been in a Sonic racing game.
Yeah, same, actually.
Especially since it looks like there's also going to be other Sega franchises that could also be involved.
Yeah. I mean, you know you want to. I mean, we know you want some Yakuza guys in there.
I mean, yes. If I could race against Sonics as Majima, that would be amazing.
What about you, John?
I'm just not a big racing fan. Like, I like destruction derby types, but like racing games aren't really my thing that much. You know.
Okay.
I'll probably play it at someone's house eventually, or if it comes to PS Plus or Xbox Live.
Sure.
Play it there.
Sure. Yeah. This is one of those ones I'm definitely going to pick it up. And because I do like kart racing games, believe it or not, I'm actually pretty okay at kart racing games. So I want to play this one. And I really like
okay. That is
pretty okay, guys.
He talks such a big smack about like being the best at Mario Kart. I came over, I trashed him.
When was that?
I've actually played Mario Kart. I would play this if we got this.
Back when the Switch came
out. I'm fighting you in the streets. We're gonna have to have a rematch at the next EFG Con.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, next EFG Con, I'm just gonna have to crush you at Mario Kart.
You never know. Next EFG Con, maybe we'll have Mario Kart 9.
Yeah, maybe. I'll just have to. I'm gonna have to. Well, I don't. I mean, next EFG Con is in like April or something. So
okay, so maybe the summer one.
Yeah,
maybe the summer one.
A month away. Yeah, it's coming out in May.
Listen.
It may not be by my anniversary, but it will be at least maybe by the end of June. That's what I'm hearing. End of June.
All right.
I'm sorry. Can I bring this up? Because
Go ahead.
I'm going to call John out on this because he shifted his view. For the longest time, he kept saying the Switch 2 is going to be out by my 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Then, no.
Yeah.
Then they announce it, and he goes, "See what I told you?" And I go, "They announced, like it's not out. They announced."
It's true.
I still think it.
You know what?
I still may be off by a few weeks.
That still
not like a month.
I'm gonna bring you back to. Sorry. I'm going to go into EFG past here and bring you back to, I believe it was E3 2019, when I did not get a point in our E3 predictions because I predicted that Banjo-Kazooie would be the next character announced in Smash, and Steve goes, nope, because they announced Hero before Banjo-Kazooie in the exact same direct.
And you know what?
Oh, that's
it's true.
That's his fault. That's not me. Like, I don't know.
Okay, but
I've held this.
But I'm the host. I get to make the rules.
I would have given you the point on that one. Like,
it took place why
during the same press conference. That's
my friend, is why you're not in charge.
Yeah, I think that's
because sometimes
he said the same thing when I didn't get the
Steve
point.
Thinks he's in charge.
First of all, I am in charge. Second of all, I edit this podcast, so I can just delete you at any time. So knock it off. And third of all,
you're too lazy to delete us.
Wow, that's rough. That's rough.
Factual.
And I also want to say, I was correct.
Someone who's good with Photoshop needs to Photoshop John's face over Tom Holland's face when he's going away in the blip.
Yeah.
Face over Thanos.
Listen, it's not coming out. It is not coming out before April, no matter what. So we will find out. I bet you we'll find out around then, but we're not speculating right now. We're not speculating. We're going to go. All right. So I am, it will be very interesting to see how Sonic Racing Cross Worlds stacks up to Mario Kart 9. And here's what I really hope. I really hope that they're both very, very good and don't have similar, they probably won't have similar gimmicks, but I hope they're very, very good. And I hope kart racing fans eat real good this year because, man, we've been waiting for a good Mario Kart.
No matter what, we're the ones that win because we're going to get to play these games.
Yeah. And I think the saving grace for Sonic is that Mario Kart 9 is going to be on a new system that not everyone will have, where Sonic is going to be on, your PlayStation 5, your Xbox Series,
and it'll be on that
original
new system.
Switch.
Yeah.
Well, did they say it's going to be on the Switch too yet?
It'll be.
I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out.
On backwards compatibility.
No one is announcing anything on Switch 2 probably until Nintendo. Actually, until after the April 3rd.
Well, that's not true. There are some companies that are starting to say that. But so anyway, with Sonic Worlds, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, very cool stuff. We're obviously going to see more details as we get closer. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those games that we see like a full blowout at Summer Game Fest or something, and we see like all the characters and all the fun vehicles and stuff. Next, how about this? If somebody had told me that we were going to get a new game from Konami announced this last week, I would have suggested that it was going to be like some weird near future sci-fi Metal Gear, but not Metal Gear game. But instead, we got Darwin's Paradox, which is a puzzle platformer about an octopus just trying to get on down. And it's gorgeous. Everybody needs to take a look. I'm going to share the link in this chat, actually, because it is this game looks so cool. And yeah, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and throw the link in the chat. Everybody should take a look at this. It is very, like, the big thing here is this is a puzzle platformer that is PlayStation Pro enhanced, meaning this thing has all sorts of really cool volumetric lighting and, the water physics and really cool animations. I'm not great at puzzle platformers because I just don't have a lot of patience for puzzles. However, this looks like one that I really want to try just because I kind of want to see how they do this. And octopuses are very cool. I don't know.
It's giving me like Abe's Odyssey vibes.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And that's cool.
Yeah.
It's very weird is what this game is telling me. Like there's something about this. Like, it feels to me like we're going to play this game and there's going to be like some weird secret. And, there's going to be some cake is a lie nonsense that we're going to see. I don't know. We're going to find out.
Like Abe's Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly. Lastly, from the PlayStation State of Play, how about Hades, but make it Dynasty Warriors? Anybody else have that on their bingo card this year? Me either. And it's already out. It's called Warriors Abyss, and it is Dynasty Warriors, but you're playing a roguelike action game. This game looks super rad, and there's apparently like tens of thousands of different combinations of characters because you basically equip characters like you do weapons in Hades. I am very much looking forward to playing this when I have a spare moment. I've been editing podcasts like crazy for the past couple of weeks. So those are the only family-friendly announcements. They obviously announced a whole bunch of stuff. We have Metal Gear Solid. We have the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater Delta remake coming out later this year, and a whole bunch of Souls-likes.
Dave the Diver. Yakuza.
Oh, Dave the Diver. Yeah. So how do you feel about Dave the Diver getting its own Yakuza crossover, Jeff?
Well, I'm not a fan of Dave the Diver. I try to play it, but I feel like I know John was a huge fan, so it looks like we took one of John's favorite games and crossed it with one of my favorite game series.
I like Yakuza. I've only played like some of Like a Dragon, and then I have too much to play right now.
Oh yeah, that
too much.
But no,
yeah, man.
Anything that can get me more Yakuza, even when they put Kiryu in a monkey ball, anything that gets me more Yakuza makes me happy.
All right. Okay.
I'm almost caught up with the series. I have 2 games now, and then I am all caught. Well, there'll be 3 because the new one comes out next week. But I'm almost caught up with that series.
See, I'm more excited. The One More Thing with Soros, because I hate bullet hells and I hate roguelikes. So like Returnal, I don't know how I love that game so much, but I still have barely gotten to like the second environment. But this is the next title from that from Housemarque, and it looks so good. And I'm such a big fan of the actor. So,
Rahul Kohli.
Rahul Kohli is hysterical. So
Returnal was a big deal. Lots of people liked it. I'm interested to see what this one turns out to be. We're going to have to wait a little while for this one because they didn't even give us a release year for that trailer. So that'll be interesting to watch. Yeah. So speaking of Yakuza characters coming to games, we do have some rumors that Yakuza might be finding its way into Fortnite. And that makes sense because Fortnite's newest season was just announced, and it's called Fortnite Lawless. And so it is all about, it looks like they're going to be robbing banks and stuff, which is like, I guess, whatever. But the big news that we have confirmed so far, that was the smooth transition, by the way, A+ podcast. That was A+ podcast segues. But I want to ask you a question. What is more surprising? That Sub-Zero is in the new season of Fortnite, or that Fortnite doesn't already have Sub-Zero in it? Discuss.
So I was in the Destiny 2 like skin store the other day. They have Star Wars skins in Destiny 2, so like nothing surprises me anymore with the crossover of what Fortnite has done. Like, you know, it's surprising it took this long for a Mortal Kombat like implementation, but we've had DC characters, we've had Marvel characters, we've had
we've had Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is a playable character in Fortnite.
Nicki Minaj was in Fortnite. Like,
wow.
Okay.
So Billie Eilish was in the.
I think that just says the point right there.
The band. The rock band thing.
Linda, what were you going to say?
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Linda?
You were asking what's more surprising what I was going to say, that's, you guys just highlighted why it's not a surprise that it's not that it wasn't in now, but like that wasn't in yet. There's so much. They are pulling from so much material.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me they didn't get to it yet because they've been pulling from all these other sources.
True.
You know, I think it's just a matter of just going through different properties, different celebrities, just kind of working through because anybody can be in it.
Yeah.
I just wish Mariah Carey had been in there. That's just
she's in. Well, you know what? She made what is ultimately a very smart business move, which is she went in with her. It's a Christmas promotion now. So now every year they're gonna do All I Want for Christmas Is You. She's gonna pop out of a big iceberg in the middle of the Fortnite map, and she's gonna make another bunch of money because a bunch more people are gonna buy the skin. And it's crazy. So the new season of Fortnite is out. So if you are wondering why your kids are asking you for V-Bucks in the next handful handful of days. That is why, because the new season is up. Tell them
done like Square characters yet, like
not yet. Not yet. Not that I recall. Yeah. But man, listen, if you told me that Cloud was in
that's what I'm
Fortnite,
saying. Sephiroth, like, come on,
Barrett, please.
Titus,
that'd be really neat. But I mean, it's Titus, Vivi. By the way. It's Titus.
Vivi. Yep.
Listen, none of this would surprise me. But so anyway, if your kids are looking for V-Bucks anytime soon, that is why. So let's give one big, kind of FYI for parents, and this is a news story that came out today, and it kind of broke all across the world as the time zones passed. And that is Nintendo is discontinuing the Gold Points rewards program. So what that means is right now, when you buy digital video games, it's just when you buy digital video games on the Nintendo eShop, you earn a certain number of gold points based on the value of the game. I think it's, you get 600 points for a $60 game, probably. Nintendo is discontinuing that program. So what that means is check your gold points, because if you may have been earning these things and not realizing it, because if you buy small things online, then these points just accumulate and they will expire. So you're not going to be able to collect them. I believe it's the beginning of next month, if I'm remembering correctly, March 25th. Rather, you'll no longer be able to earn points, and it will be 12 months after that where those points will expire. So keep your eye on the points that you may have, and just look for some games that are on sale and grab yourself a discount so you don't have any points left in your account when they expire.
If you've bought any games that came out in the last year and they're physical, you can redeem those points, but they've had to be at least less than a year old.
Yep. So that is an important thing to kind of keep in mind. And I wanted to make sure that we mention that. And we'll talk about that more in our community. So if you want more announcements and discussion about that, please make sure you head over to the Engage Family Gaming Facebook community. That's where a bunch of like-minded parents will chat about that kind of stuff. Last thing, guys, we got 3 minutes before this show goes. And I am going to hijack this show to talk about Magic the Gathering cross Final Fantasy. And there is nothing that anyone can do about it because I'm in charge.
You like Magic the Gathering?
I do, in fact, like Magic the Gathering. And not only do I like Magic the Gathering, but I like Final Fantasy. And I just want to point out, we're just going to scroll down. This is Titus, the Magic card. And this isn't just some fan card that was created by some nerd. This is an actual Magic card with Titus. That's a Brotherhood that he's got right there. That is sick to death.
It was created by some nerd, but like officially created by some
nerd. Yeah, but this is official. Now, what's wild is pre-orders for all these cards went up on Amazon today, and they are already gone. This is going to be hard. So I'm gonna tell this to the EFG community. I need help getting the Commander deck with Titus on it.
That worked at a card shop.
I do have friends that work at card shops, but I need to get my hands on the Commander deck with this guy on it. He's my dude. So I'll be asking for help this June when it comes out. But so 4 Commander decks are coming along with this set, and these are the 4 commanders. We have Terra from Final Fantasy VI, obviously Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. I'm not reading card text. That's crazy. Nobody cares about these things. And then Titus from Final Fantasy X, and Ishtola from Final Fantasy XIV, which is an MMO. But how about this one right here? Our boy, the Jumbo Cactuar.
Oh, jeez.
Now, here's the thing. When he attacks, he gets plus 9,999, which the Magic community is freaking out right now because that's an actual thing. This is actual card text, which means when he attacks, he has 10,000 power. This thing is going to get busted in so many different ways. So, like, I've seen people just sharing combos all day. Like I swing with this guy, and then I do this stupid thing, and you know what? I love it. Oh, Jay, my boy Jason is in here going. Some of these are nuts. When did he pop in? All of a sudden, he starts looking at the like. Is it? He's. When did he pop in here? But yeah, some of the cards are absolutely crazy. And they put a Tonberry in there. And how about this cute little guy? I really want this card. The wood block treatment. I think this is really cute.
That is really nice.
It's really, I mean, listen, we love art on Magic cards.
That's Stiltskin from Final Fantasy IX. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is. And then Saz's Chocobo. We love that guy. So this set is coming out in June, and it is it's very cool. I love the Universes Beyond program that they're doing with Magic. And yeah, this is a Final Fantasy 15 fishing card. And it's a double-sided card. So you do the quest and then you get to cook the fish. It's cool. So guys, we did it. And I even got to talk about Final Fantasy Magic cards.
It's almost like they're Fortniting Magic the Gathering now.
I mean, they absolutely are. And we know that because this year we have Final Fantasy coming in June.
Doctor
and then
Who last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they did Doctor Who. They did Fallout. Now we have Final Fantasy.
They did Street Fighter.
Assassin's Creed.
Street Fighter.
They did the Street Fighter thing. And we have a full Spider-Man set coming out later on this year. And I am very excited about that. So, guys, we did it. We made it through another episode, and we did it on new technology without any significant problems. Look at that.
Halfway there.
Partway there. All right, that's the inside of a. That's the inside of a llama. So everybody, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching and or listening as much as the four of us enjoyed recording. Although we do set the bar pretty high because podcast night is best night. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with the crew here and hopefully Amanda, so we can talk about Civilization 7, the Hawaiian the Hawaiian empires that we have built, and maybe even some more Final Fantasy Magic cards, because maybe that's going to be the way I end the show for the next bunch of time. So everybody have a great night, and until next time, don't forget to get your family game on. We'll see y'all soon. Bye now.
Bye.
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 That worked. I think we had